Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The best Krishna Katha happens in Vrindavan, in Brajabhumi. All the Vrajavasis during Krishna's time, they had nothing else to do apart from Krishna Katha. Therefore, in Brahma Samhita, Brahma is saying, Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumis Chinta Mani Ganamai Toyam Amritam Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamshi Priya Sakhi. So here comes Katha Ganam. So whatever they speak, that is a song in glorification of Krishna. And all the time they're dancing. When they're walking also, it's like dance. Because they're in so much of ecstasy, so happy. Everywhere, everyone is talking about Krishna. Now, it's not that only the young gopis are talking about Krishna. Obviously, they talk about Krishna. You saw Krishna was looking so beautiful. He was wearing that beautiful garland, that beautiful peacock feather. So they have their own discussion. Young gopis. And then there are other gopas who are talking about, today I will play with Krishna like this. I'll go around with Krishna like this. Today I will run and catch Krishna first. So unka alag discussion chalta hai. And gopas have a very great pride and they discuss. They tell others, today Krishna killed so and so demon because he is my friend. He is my friend. He has got the power because he is my friend. They are so possessive about the friendship with Krishna. So possessive. And there are elderly gopis, they come together, they have their own discussion. Today we'll discuss what they discuss. Elderly gopis. And then the elderly gopas, they have their own discussion. They are talking to Nanda Maharaj. What Garga Muni had told, Narayana Samagunai, your son is equal to Narayana in qualities. Looks like that's true. How did he kill all these demons? So they have their own Krishna Katha. So in this way, in Braj, everyone is busy in Krishna Katha. But especially the elderly gopis, they have a lot of desire to speak about Krishna, to hear about Krishna, and to take darshan of the Lord. And especially when Lord is just 3 years old. Can you imagine? 3 years old baby? In this world itself, when small kids are 3 years old, they're so cute. So beautiful. Cute is the right word. So just imagine all the cuteness put together. That personality, the Supreme Lord, He is there in Vrindavan. So all these motherly gopis who had so much motherly affection for Krishna, they always wanted to take darshan of Krishna, to talk about Krishna to each other. And what would they talk? They would just talk about Krishna's mischievous activities. Can you imagine being a recipient of Krishna's mischievous activities? Many times people say, कैसे भगवान है आपके माखन चुराते, गोपियों के कपड़े चुराते, कैसे भगवान है आपके, करते क्यों है ये सब? अरे भागवतम पढ़ो समझ आएगा. Read Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll understand. Shukadeva Goswami very beautifully describes why Krishna does mischievous pastimes. He says, please repeat. Tatastu Bhagavan Krishna Vayasyai Rajabalakaihi Saharamo Vrajastrina Chikredite Janayan Mudam. Why Krishna does his mischievous pastime? And here Shukadeva Goswami is saying, just to give pleasure to all the elderly gopis. Just for that, nothing else. Very clearly, Janayan Mudam, to give them happiness. Now see, Krishna would plan. Normally kids, when they do mischievous activities, they just do like that. But our Lord, he plans and does mischievous activities. So what he does, here specifically Shukadeva Goswami is saying, Tatastu Bhagavan Krishna. Now he's making us aware. किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं हम? भगवान के बारे में. We're talking about Krishna, Bhagavan. Because now he's going to describe about his mischievous activity. So he's reminding us, we're talking about Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Shukadeva Goswami is very clear that I am talking about Supreme Personality of Godhead. But I am going to speak about the supreme sweetness of this personality. And therefore he is using the word Bhagavan. He's not going to talk about opulence of the Lord. But he's going to speak about sweetness of the Lord. So what Krishna would do? He would get all his friends who are almost same age. 3-year-old, 3.5, 2.5. Yes. Vayasyair Balaka, same age group people he would get. And they would all plan. Their day would go in planning. And the entire plan is, Aaj kaisi masti kare. That's the plan. And see, Krishna is very intelligent. What he does is, Saha Ramo, he keeps Balram always with him. See, Balram is not like Krishna. Balram is a very nice, sober personality. No question of stealing, no question of masti. But Krishna knows very well, अगर चोरी करना है, मस्ती करना है, तो बलराम को साथ में रखो. अगर वो साथ में है, ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा. There will be no problem. Mother will not shout too much looking at Balram. So one of our acharya, he says, अगर अच्छे काम करने हो या बुरे काम करने हो, अपने से बड़े लोग को साथ में रखना चाहिए. And Krishna is doing that here. He is keeping Balram with him. Now, it's a very nice thing to note that Lord is very eager to give pleasure to his devotees. And devotees are very eager to give pleasure to Krishna. Therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says that there's a competition, huda-hudi, there's a competition between devotees and Krishna. Who will serve whom the most? Who can give pleasure to whom the most? And who wins the match? Devotees or Krishna? Devotees. Because devotees, they just want to serve Krishna. They don't want anything else for themselves. To an extent that they're ready to give their life for Krishna. Their life for Krishna. And when Krishna is asking, Batao kya chahiye? What do you want? And devotees are saying, I want more service. अरे नहीं सर्विस कर रहे हो तो कुछ तो चाहिए होगा रिटर्न में. क्या चाहिए? More service. And this is what the gopis did in Vrindavan. They served Krishna, served Krishna, served Krishna throughout. And at that time, finally, when Krishna is leaving Vrindavan, before that, Krishna is making a statement. He is saying that I'm eternally indebted to you all. I cannot give you all anything in return. So please be happy with your service. Aha. This is called as the pure devotees. Their purity in serving the Lord. But Lord is also not less. He is always eager to give pleasure to his devotees. And here we see Krishna does a lot of wonderful activities just to give pleasure to his devotees. Krishnasya gopya ruchiram Viksha kaumara chapalam Shrindvantya kila tanmatur Iti hochuhu samagatah. Krishnasya gopyo ruchiram viksha kaumara chapalam. So Krishna would be very restless, ekdam chanchal. And he's doing his chanchal activities. And through that, what is he doing? He's giving pleasure to all the elderly gopis there. And what are these elderly gopis doing? They are very eager to hear about these activities again and again. And therefore, all of them, in a group, they go to Yashoda Mai. And they start speaking to Yashoda. They start speaking about all the mischievous activities that Krishna is doing. And in the pretext of complaining to Mother Yashoda, they're all glorifying Kṛṣṇa in that complaint. This is the glories of all these gopis, elderly gopis. So Kṛṣṇa is known for his topmost mischievous activity. What is that? Vraje prasiddham navanita chauram gopan gananam chadukula chauram. Vraje prasiddham navanita chauram. He is known as Makhan Chor. His Makhan Chori, that mischievous activity is glorified like anything. See, he is God. When he steals, he is glorified. And when we steal, we are beaten. We are beaten black and blue. We are put behind bars. How can someone say that we can become God or we are God? We can just be DOG of God. We cannot be God for sure. We can just be a dog of the Supreme Lord and nothing else. So as soon as all these gopis came to speak or to complain about Kṛṣṇa, so Mother Yashoda, she kept all her work, whatever she was doing, she kept it aside, she went there. And she was just hearing all the gopis with one pointed focus. By the way, gopis are complaining, and Mother Yashoda is hearing with one pointed focus. So when I was reading this, Prabhupada writes this in the purport. So when I was reading this, I was thinking, this is how one should hear Kṛṣṇa Katha. During Kṛṣṇa Katha, only Kṛṣṇa Katha and nothing else. No multitasking. We're just sitting and hearing. Tell your mind that I just want to hear now. I'll not think about anything else. Let me just immerse myself in Kṛṣṇa Katha. This is what Yashoda Mai is doing. All the gopis are complaining and Yashoda Mai is hearing. She's very, very happy. In the pretext of complaining, gopis are glorifying. In the pretext of hearing the complaints, Mother Yashoda, she is relishing Kṛṣṇa Katha. This is what is going on. So the first complaint begins. One after another, gopis are complaining. And Mother Yashoda is also not less. Like a supreme mother, she is defending her boy. So let's hear from Shukadeva Goswami what is going on. Shukadeva Goswami is seeing the entire scene and he is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Vyasadeva has documented that. And our acharyas, when they are reading that, they are in their samadhi and they are able to see the pastime. Now for us, it is imagination because we are filled with lust. We don't have love for Kṛṣṇa. So even when we have a tinge of desire to enjoy, remember we cannot think and manufacture some leela of the Lord. Shayad Bhagwan ne aise kiya hoga, shayad Bhagwan ne waise kiya hoga. No. Only when we have pure heart, filled with love, in samadhi, the person can actually witness the leelas of the Lord. And these acharyas are seeing. So today, whatever I'm going to speak is directly seen by Sanatan Goswami. He's sitting and seeing. Jiva Goswami, he is sitting and seeing. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he is sitting and seeing. And all these wonderful acharyas, for all of us, they have penned it down. And the epitome of the entire description is given by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Because of whom we can easily understand what the Sanskrit verse actually means. So the gopis started speaking. Vatsan munchan kvachida samaye krosha sanjata hasa steyam sa swadvi atya atha dadipayah kalpitas teya yogaihi markan bhokshan vibhajati sachen nati bhandam bhinatti dravyalabhe sagraha kupito yatyup krosha tokan. So here the first complaint is Vatsan munchan kvachida samaye. So gopis are telling, oh Maya, your son, he does this mischief. And mother is asking, what mischief? Vatsan munchan? He's just going and releasing the calves. So Mother Yashoda is saying, oh, that's good. He loves the calves, therefore he's doing that. No. Asamaye. Untimely he's doing it. It is not milking time. And for your information, Kṛṣṇa is doing all this in Brahma Muhurta. He's waking up early in the morning. All the planning is going on in Brahma Muhurta. He's doing all this. So here, Mother Yashoda, when she heard this, And she's saying, see, maybe kids are in ignorance. They might have done out of ignorance. You all elders, so why don't you prevent him doing from all this? So at that time the gopis are saying, Kvachit, he is doing all these activities at that time when we are completely engaged in our household activities. Now Mother Yashoda, she is giving tips. She is saying, Kṛṣṇa, why don't you create fear in him? Frighten him. फिर नहीं करेगा फिर से. And one gopi is saying, oh Maya, what do you think? We didn't try. हम किए गुस्सा उस पे. And as soon as we become angry on him, Kṛṣṇa sanjata hasa, he starts smiling. And when he looks at us and when he smiles, oh, his smile is so wonderful. We become like statues just looking at him. Very beautifully our acharyas describe. Please repeat, there's a nice shloka. Madhuram madhuram vapurasya vibhor. Madhuram madhuram vadanam madhuram. Madhu gandhi mridu smitam etadaho. Gandhi. Madhuram 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 madhuram. So here the acharyas are describing Madhuram madhuram vapuryasya vibho. Oh Lord, your entire form is madhuram. Sweet? No, more sweet. Sweet, sweet. 2 times. Madhuram, madhuram. And then the devotee is looking at the face of the Lord now. Madhuram, madhuram, vadanam, madhuram. Now he says 3 times. Madhuram, madhuram, madhuram. And in that face of the Lord, he is specifically seeing the beautiful smile of the Lord. Madhu gandhi mridu smitam. Lord is not laughing like a demon. He is having a very, very gentle smile on the face. And looking at that smile, the Acharya is saying, Madhuram, 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 Madhuram. This is the most sweetest thing. The most sweetest thing. And the gopis, when they're separated from Kṛṣṇa, when they're singing Gopi Geet, they are saying, oh Lord, when your devotees, who are proud of anything, and when they look at your smile, all their pride is shattered. That's the glory of Lord's smile. Just by looking at the beautiful face of the Lord, just by looking at his beautiful face, and specifically at his smile, it is described, all the distress, all the anarthas which are there, all goes off. Specifically the anartha of pride. And here we understand the gopis are acknowledging, oh, your son's smile. This is called glorification. In the pretext of complaining, they are glorifying. I am sure Mother Yashoda will be so proud. Wow, aisa smile karta mera beta. So wonderful, so wonderful. Now Mother Yashoda has a question. Hey, wait. Why is my son releasing the calves? Asamaye? Untimely way? Why is he releasing the calves? At that time, the gopis are saying, when the calves are released, all the calves will run towards their mothers. They'll go and drink all the milk. Our profession, we are gopas. We milk the cow, we sell the milk. How will we live? Because if the calves go and they drink all the milk, what will happen? So he goes and releases the calf so that the calf starts running. But why he does that? So this is the question that Yashoda Mai has. So that time, the gopis are saying, Steyam swadu atyatha dadipayah kalpitai steyogai. Because this boy, as soon as we start running around to hold the calf and tie them back, at that time he enters our house. And Mother Yashoda asks, why? He likes stealing. He wants to go steal butter. He wants to steal milk, drink, eat. So Mother Yashoda, how can small kids steal? Look at him, he was just there only. Look at him. I was just thinking how Kṛṣṇa I don't know what these people are. Who are these people, ma? Who are these people? I don't know who are they. How can a small child steal? And at that time, the gopis are saying, stay yoga hi. Oh, he's a master. He knows all the ways of stealing. So Mother Yashoda is not taking side of gopis. She is still taking side of Krishna. And she is saying, see, why is he stealing? Because you're not giving. Why don't you give? How much will he eat? See, small boy, how much will he eat butter? Give him, no. So other gopi is saying, no, no, no. He wants to steal only. Maya, let me tell you. I called him. I said, Kana, don't steal. Take this butter and eat. So at that time, your son is saying, dare you do this charity again? I'm beggar or what? I'm the son of Nanda Maharaj. You know how many cows we have? Maya, he does not take this. He rejects it because steyam swadu. He has got taste in stealing. He has got taste in stealing. So at that time, Mother Yashoda is saying, see, if he likes stealing and eating, how much will he steal? Dekhiye maa ka dil. How much will he steal? Whatever he steals, hey Gopi, you take it from my house, no problem. That much quantity, you take it from my house. Then the gopis are saying, see, we have no problem he eating butter. Let him and his friends sit and eat butter. We have no problem. But there is one problem that we are facing. What is that? Markan bhokshan vibhachati. Before eating, this boy calls all the monkeys. And then he divides amongst all the monkeys and these monkeys also. He and his gopas. Now, Maya, tell me, why will monkeys eat butter? In the forest, they are very much satisfied eating fruits. They're already full. And then when he divides, and when monkeys don't eat, so at that time, even if one monkey does not eat, he takes the pot and breaks it, saying, useless butter. Even monkeys are not eating. See, it's a very wonderful thing. One of our acharyas says, in this world, anyone can forget our service, but Lord will never forget our service. Because in Treta Yuga, when the monkeys have helped the Lord to build the Rama Setu, Lord is remembering that and feeding the monkeys with his own hands take. This is a very hope-giving thing for devotees. Very hope-giving thing. Sometimes it might happen that we have rendered some service and then people have not acknowledged us. And we feel sometimes bad. Even I have experienced this myself. But then if we get this thought that I have rendered service to the Lord and Lord knows what service I have rendered to Him. Someone acknowledges, okay, it's good. If they don't acknowledge, no problem. Lord knows. In Isopanishad, there's one shloka where the devotee is telling the Lord, oh Lord, please remember all my services and please reciprocate accordingly at the time of death. अरे ये बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. There's no need to tell the Lord that please remember all my services. He will naturally remember all our services. It is described that we might forget what we have done for the Lord. If I ask last year, total how many rounds did you chant in Kartik, including the extra rounds jo galti se kar diya tha? Yes. Or what are the other things, other vratas that you did every day? We might not be able to remember. Yes. But then when it comes to Lord, He remembers even that flower that we have offered when we were a newcomer in Krishna consciousness. When devotees tricked us saying, come, do flower offering, it's free. We do flower offering. Lord remembers that flower offering also. Yes. That prasad that we have accepted in our initial days, even that Lord remembers. We might have eaten it to enjoy, but Lord sees that also as a service. Oh, this person is accepting prasad. He could have eaten anything. He could have gone to any other place to enjoy, but he has come to my temple and accepting my prasad. He notes it. Therefore, one thing is very clear in bhakti. Never a devotee should feel morose in any situation. Never a devotee should feel insecure in any situation. Why? Because Lord is personally involved in bhakti. Bhagavan is personally involved in bhakti when bhakta is actually doing bhakti. His personal intervention is there. Therefore, a devotee can always be carefree and continue uninterrupted devotional service. Whenever I feel any anxiety, this is what I remind myself. Lord is personally involved. Why you are taking tension? What is the need? And after all of us want to do service. No devotee who comes to the temple or who comes to any program just comes to harm someone. Everyone wants to do some service. But then, while doing service, you might have various thoughts. All that will go away just by this one thought process. Lord is observing what I'm doing. That's it. He will reciprocate. For sure. And look at this. Lord is personally feeding butter to all these monkeys. In the outside world, if you call someone bandar, people will feel offended. I think, but in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, someone says you are a monkey. I'll be happy to be in Braj as a monkey. So the gopis are telling all this, and Mother Yashoda is hearing. So Mother Yashoda's point now is, if you know that my son is going to enter your house and break the pot, why don't you hide the pots? Logic ekdam. Why don't you hide the pots? The gopis are saying, Dravya labhe sagrha kupito yati upkroshya tokan. Oh Maya, good news. We have been successful hiding the pots many times. Your son has entered with his group of thieves and they couldn't find anything in our house. Even when they found the pot, and after a lot of endeavor, they got the pot and they saw it was empty. We were successful. But when your son saw this, he became extremely angry and he started cursing. He started saying, tomorrow I'll come again. If I don't find butter, are you hearing, master of the house? I'll put the house on fire. Jala dunga pure ghar ko. I associate 3 saal ka bachcha. What can he do? So since he cannot do anything, he goes to those small kids who are sleeping in the cradle in the house of gopis and pinch them, scratch them. This is given upkroshya tokan. Upkroshya. He'll irritate, he'll pinch, and our acharya says he'll scratch with his nails. And those small sleeping kids would get up crying. Maybe Lord is waking them up. Jeev jago, Jeev jago. Chant the holy names, Kṛṣṇa. I have come to your place. Still sleeping, get up. In this way, the gopis are saying, see, this is what your son is doing. Now, Mother Yashoda, she is so eager to know how Kṛṣṇa is stealing butter. So she is asking the gopis, hey, you said he has various means of stealing butter. Can you please share some? I want to know how he does that. The gopis, through the mouth of Shukadeva Goswami, they're saying, Hasta graye rachayati vidhim Pitha kolu khaladayes Chidram hi antarnihita Vayunah shikya bhandeshu tadvid Dhvantagare dhritamani ganam Swangam artha pradipam Kale gopyo yarhi graha Krityeshu suvigrachitta. So they're saying, Hastagraye rachayati vidhim. When we hang the pots at the top, your son, oh, he is very intelligent. And whenever the gopis would say that he is very intelligent, I'm sure Mother Yashoda would be very happy. He is very intelligent. He gets pitha. What means pitha? The wooden plank. He gets wooden plank. Another wooden plank, and he keeps putting one after another. He climbs on that. When that is also less, he gets ulukhala. What is ulukhal? Ukhal. He gets ukhal. He gets the grinding motor. He puts it upside down. He stands on that. When that is also less, he tells all the friends, chalo chalo, dhayandi. Yes. Let's stack ourselves properly and I'll be at the top. He does this. Maya, you know what? Many times he's successful getting it. So he eats, and then he passes it on to people below. And all of them they eat. But many times he is not able to reach there. And Mother Yashoda is very curious. What he does then? So the gopis are saying. So at that time, Chidram, he gets a stick. He puts a sharp metal structure in front. And then he goes and... Now Mother Yashoda is curious. See, when it is very far and then you're using a stick with an iron rod, the pot will break. So the gopis are saying, Tadvit. He's very expert in doing this. He makes a hole in such a way that the butter and the milk flows from the pot. He puts his mouth and directly it flows inside. When he is full, he calls other Gopa, come, come. He goes aside and they open their mouth. And in this way, all of them, they finish the milk and butter. Now Mother Yashoda, when she is hearing all this, she has a question. How does he get to know which pot has what? Because pot is up. ऊपर टांगा है ना, ऐसे नहीं कि ऐसे देख रहे हैं नीचे, ऊपर टांगा हुआ. How does he get to know this? Mother Yashoda is very intelligent. She has so many intelligent questions. Then the gopis are saying, He antar nihita vayunaha shikya bhandeshu tadvit. Oh, he knows everything. He knows everything what is there in the pot. He knows everything what is there in our heart. Forget about the pot. Can you imagine? Lord knows everything. Everything. Whatever we think, He knows. Whatever we're planning to speak and hide, He knows. He knows everything. So what are these big things in a pot hanging and He will not get to know? But still, specifically here it is said, or Acharyas say, that when the pots are hanging and say there's butter in the pot, milk, ghee, so there will be a different pattern that will be made at the top, on the wall, on the ceiling. So some will be more wet, some will have some other thing. So they'll be able to make out with that. So in this way, Kṛṣṇa is able to make out कि दूध किसमें है, दही किसमें है, butter किसमें. He is able to make out. So now Mother Yashoda has another question. See, since you are hanging it openly, therefore Kṛṣṇa is doing all this. Why don't you keep all these pots in the dark room? फिर तो टेंशन ही नहीं, दिखेगा ही नहीं फिर तो. No tension. So gopis are saying, Dhvantagare dhrita maniganam swangam artha pradipam. Oh mother, let me tell you, when your boy, when he enters the dark room, the entire room lights up. He has so much of effulgence, he is actually black. But then he is like that Neela Mani. He completely lights up the entire place. And this is what Kṛṣṇa is telling in Bhagavad Gita also. Please repeat. Natad bhashayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yad gatva nivartante tadhama paramam mama. So here, Kṛṣṇa is making it very clear for all of us, through Arjun. In my spiritual world, in my abode, there is no need of Surya, sun. There is no need of moon. There is no need of fire. And Prabhupada adds one more thing. Electricity. So there is no need of these. Why? Because there is natural effulgence. There is natural effulgence in my abode. And very beautifully, Kṛṣṇa is saying that anyone who goes to that self-effulgent abode, they will never come back to this material world. So our Lord is naturally effulgent. And everything there in the spiritual world, it is described as naturally effulgent. And the contrast of that is the material world. Naturally here it's dark. Therefore we need a sun. Therefore at night we need bulbs and all that. In the daytime also we need bulbs. Naturally. And naturally we need to attend various discourses because we are naturally in ignorance. To come out of the ignorance, we need to attend discourses from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, so that some light comes, some clarity we get in life. And very beautifully, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also says, Krishna Surya Sama Maya hai andhakar Jaha Krishna taha nair Maya radhikar. So Krishna is Surya Sama. He's like sun. And Maya is like Andhakar, darkness. Many times people say that I'm not understanding what to do in life. समझ नहीं आ रहा अभी क्या चल रहा है जीवन में. It means there's lack of clarity, there's darkness. But as soon as there is sun, no darkness can remain. Even if sun is not full in the sky, you see early in the morning, you cannot see the sun, but there is light. And that light is enough to make the entire place effulgent. We can see things clearly. You might not be able to see the sun at morning 6 o'clock or so. This is the quality of the effulgent entity like sun. Now think about Krishna. He is the source of the effulgence of the sun. So when he enters someone's life, when he enters someone's home, why the person's life and his home will not become effulgent? Therefore, such altar installations are very, very important. Because when we invite Lord home, naturally by his presence, bhakti will go on autopilot mode, because anyway service has to be done. And when we continue rendering devotional service, the darkness will be removed and there will be natural light that will manifest. And when I say light, it means a lot of clarity of what next to do in Krishna consciousness. And that's what Krishna is also saying very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Tesham evanus kampartam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnanadipena bhashvata. So Krishna is saying that when I am pleased with my devotees, at that time I destroy all the darkness and lit the lamp of knowledge. And here when Krishna is entering the dark room, naturally the entire room is lit up. Now gopis are blaming Yashodamayi also. See, when your Kana enters the room, it's lit up. But then the ornaments that you put on him, the jewels which are there on his body put by you, that also helps to lit the entire room. Therefore, you are also part of that theft. This is what everyone is talking, oh Maya Yashoda. So in this way, there's a lot of discussion that is going on, one after another. So finally, Mother Yashoda is saying, see, if that is the case, you hide. And when he's stealing, catch him red-handed and get him here. I will punish him. The gopis are saying, Kale gopyo yarhi graha krityeshu suvyagra chittaha. See, this is not possible. He will first send all his chutku friends. They'll come and see who is busy in which house. And when we are busy, at that time your son gets in with all the friends. And therefore it's very difficult for us. Very difficult for us. But sometimes we are successful. Sometimes our husbands have caught Kṛṣṇa stealing butter red-handed. And our husbands have told him, you are a thief. And Kṛṣṇa is telling them, no, you are a thief. See, whenever Kṛṣṇa speaks, he speaks philosophy. And whatever he speaks is Satya. So actually in this world, all of us are a thief when we don't offer things to Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa is very clear, everything belongs to me. Isha vasya vidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita magrida kasya svidanam. Is Upanishad Shloka 1, where very beautifully it is described that everything, animate and inanimate, everything belongs to Kṛṣṇa. And we are just caretakers. But our audacity is, we think that it belongs to me and we start enjoying. That's the problem. Very, very unfortunate. Yes. Therefore, it's very beautifully described that when we accept things without offering to Kṛṣṇa, naturally we are called as thieves. But when we come to devotional service, this is the art that is taught to us. That whatever we want to accept for ourselves, first we offer it to Kṛṣṇa. Everything. Right from food till any valuable asset that we get for ourselves. Everything is offered to Kṛṣṇa. Everything. And that's how we acknowledge the Lord for whatever He has given us. And that becomes prasad and we accept it as prasad. Yes. That's very nice that when a gopi caught Kṛṣṇa, she tried her best to tie Kṛṣṇa to a pillar. Now see, when it comes to us, we might not be able to acknowledge this much. Because we have heard about Yashoda Mai binding Krishna, and that's what we sing throughout the Kartik month. So we might think that maybe it's possible to bind Krishna. But this gopi, she was trying her best. She got Krishna, she said, stand here. It was the pillar. She was getting rope and she was trying to tie and she was not able to tie. So at that time, Krishna said, Are Baba, you don't know how to tie? Come, I'll teach you. She made the gopi stand there at the pillar. He got the rope. He tied the legs of gopi. He tied the hands of gopi. He tied her to the pillar. And he said, see, this is how you tie. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. See, Krishna's mischievous activities were going on and on and on. And the gopis would try to catch him red-handed. But after one incident, all the gopis stopped catching Krishna red-handed. They said, do whatever you want. And that incident is recorded in Garga Samhita. Hear this. Ekada hi upanandasya patni namna prabhavati. See, Nanda Maharaj's brother name is Upananda. Upananda's wife's name is Prabhavati. Nanda Maharaj's brother's name and his wife's name Prabhavati. Shri Nanda Mandiram Prapta Yashodam Praha Gopika. So one day she went to the house of Yashoda. See, they're relatives, no, after all. So she went to the house of Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj's palace, and she started saying, your son, you know what activity he is doing outside? And she started describing. She steals, he goes and proposes all the elderly gopis that you marry me, and so on and so forth. So when all this was told, so at that time Yashoda Mai said, see, whenever you find him doing all this, so Mother Yashoda said that if next time you find, catch him and get him here. I will take care. And she is describing also. Navanita mukham chainam atratvam hi anaishyasi. Hey Prabhavati, next time you catch him, get him here. With butter on his face, get him here. Tada shiksham karishyami. I'll teach him a lesson. Bharsnam bandhanam tatha. Bharsnam, I will scold him. Bandhanam, I will tie him. So now she was very happy. Prabhavati was very happy. She said, okay, next time if I catch him, I'll get him. So one day, all these wonderful gopas, again 3-year-old Chutku boys, they all came together, they planned. Today, let's go to Upananda's house. Now here the description says that all of them, they crossed the fence. They jumped, not from the gate. They crossed the fence. And then they entered the house. Prabhavati was busy in the kitchen doing some work. And they were trying their best to climb on each other to get the pot. The pot was very high. So at that time, two of his friends, Krishna's friends, Sridhama and Subal, Sridham Sakha and Subal Sakha, they got a stick. And they started hitting the pot with a stick, jumping and hitting. And at one point they were successful. The pot broke, there was a huge sound, butter came out and all of them started enjoying. And Prabhavati heard that sound and she understood, today is the right time. She came running and she caught Krishna. All the other boys ran away, but Krishna was caught. And she remembered, Mother Yashoda had told, next time you catch, get him. Butter on the face, butter was there on the face. I will do the needful. And she started pulling Krishna. Now she came to the house of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj was standing at the door. So she thought this is not the right thing. I cannot complain to Nanda Maharaj directly. So Krishna had a cloth at the top. So she took that cloth and put on the face of Krishna. So no one sees who the person is. And then she took him inside. And it is described, she started calling Yashoda. Come! Finally, I have done what you asked me to do. And she started telling a lot of things. Your son did this, your son did that. I've caught him. Now see, Rohini has come. Balram has come. Gopas, Gopis, all of them, they have come. And Mother Yashoda said, okay, I'll teach him a lesson. Show me his face. Now see, when all this is going on, Krishna is very scared of Mother Yashoda. Not my words. Harirvi vichintayan itham Kṛṣṇa started thinking. What he started thinking? Mata dandam pradasyati. If my mother gets to know, she'll beat me. Therefore, immediately he did something. Dadhara tad bala rupam swachanda gatirishwara. After all, is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He took the form of Prabhavati's son. And now, when that cloth was taken out, Mother Yashoda and all the people who were standing, they started laughing like mad people. And Prabhavati is going mad. Why are these people laughing? And when she saw, she was embarrassed. What is this? How did you come? And she was so bewildered. In that bewildered mode, she started walking outside the house. And on the path back, Kṛṣṇa came back to his original form. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. धमकी देखिए अभी क्या बोल रहे. पुनर्माम यदि गृह्णासि कदाचित त्वं हे गोपिके ओ प्रभावती गोपी. पुनर्माम यदि गृह्णासि, if you do this again with me, ते भार्तृ रूपस्तु तदा भविष्यामि न संशयः. तदा भविष्यामि, I'll take the form. I took the form of your son, and next time I'll take the form of your husband. Bhartri Rupa. And they see at that time they also saying, Na samshaya, don't doubt. How wonderful, no? All these pastimes are. So when gopis are complaining like this to Mother Yashoda, so Kṛṣṇa was very fearful. All the gopis are standing there. Mother Yashoda is hearing. Kṛṣṇa is here. And all of them, they're looking at Kṛṣṇa's fearful face and they're very happy. Wow, kya darshan mil raha. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. We see Kṛṣṇa cries is beautiful. Kṛṣṇa is fearful is beautiful. He smiles is beautiful. He does whatever, he is very beautiful. Even when Kṛṣṇa is angry, his eyes are still lotus-like. He's still very beautiful. So all the gopis were very happy. What do you think? Mother Yashoda was happy or angry? She was in her own world altogether. She was so blissful to hear the beauty of Kṛṣṇa, to hear about qualities of Kṛṣṇa, to hear about activities of Kṛṣṇa. And at that time, she saw Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa was very fearful. So Mother Yashoda started telling Kṛṣṇa, Beta kuch nahi, no problem. No problem. And she took Kṛṣṇa and started going inside. And Kṛṣṇa is turning to all the gopis. How wonderful, huh? Only because Lord does all these pastimes, we are able to come together and discuss all these pastimes. See, one thing is very clear, that many times people ask, why does Lord appear? And then scholarly devotees who have done Bhakti Shastri, they might quote, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma sansthapanarthaya. For three things Lord comes. Paritranaya sadhunam, to protect the devotees. Vinashaya cha dushkrutam, to annihilate the miscreants. Dharma sansthapanarthaya, to establish dharma. But one of our acharya, he says, even Prabhupada writes, that Lord comes just to attract the hearts of his devotees. Other things he can just do it by his energies. Officially he is declaring that this is why I come. But he comes to attract all his devotees. Just imagine when all of us are sitting here and just hearing only audio, which also acts like a video if you hear it attentively. Just with that we are so blissful. When I was studying this entire section, I was feeling so happy, so wonderful, all these pastimes one after another. Just imagine if we are able to witness these pastimes or participate in these pastimes to assist the Lord, how blissful that will be. Through these pastimes, Lord is actually proving many, many different things, or showing us many, many different things. First and foremost, it's very clear that he likes soft, white and sweet butter. He wants this. And he specifically comes during Brahma Muhurta to steal that. Yes. So each one of us, if we can make our heart white, soft and sweet, and be awake in Brahma Muhurta, very important, and chant the holy names, Lord will surely come and steal the butter-like heart. When we talk about soft, if you have nice Vaishnava qualities in the heart, if you imbibe nice Vaishnava qualities specifically or specially, the quality of gratitude, the quality of humility, the quality of service mode. These actually make our heart soft. Otherwise, the heart is always hard. White, free from all the anarthas. How do we get rid of these anarthas? Nothing much to do. Same thing, only Shravan Kirtan. Why is it that we stretch so much on Shravan Kirtan? Because only that has the power to cleanse our heart and make it white. Currently, it's very black, pitch dark. It becomes white. Shrinatam swakatha Kṛṣṇa punya shravana kirtanah ridantastoy abhadrani vidunoti surutsatam. Lord will personally cleanse the heart of those devotees who are doing Shravan Kirtan. Then the heart becomes white. And then as we advance in bhakti, the heart is filled with prema, love for Kṛṣṇa. As of now, we don't have prema. We might have some emotions towards the Lord, some affection toward the Lord. Maybe because of our childhood upbringing or association of Vaishnavas or whatever. But prema is not there, it's missing. It's missing. Because as soon as there is prema, there cannot be any avidya. Prema bhakti jaha hoite, avidya vinasha jate. If there is prema bhakti, then there is no avidya. But the fact that even now I want to enjoy, that shows I'm in avidya. Yes. So there is no prema. But then as we advance in bhakti, our heart will be filled with prema, and that is a sweetness. And when our heart is soft, white, and sweet, Kṛṣṇa will come and steal that one day, and that is success of human form of life. और कुछ नहीं चाहिए, बस ये हो जाए बस. That's it. Yes. Therefore, each one of us, when we are doing our sadhana bhakti, this should be our goal. That the way Lord went around stealing the butter in the houses of gopis, because gopis would pray. When they would churn the butter, they would pray, may Kṛṣṇa come to our house today to steal butter. So that we can go and complain about him tomorrow. Yes. Now it's our turn that we can also pray to Kṛṣṇa that, oh Lord, please make my heart, this first thing that we have to pray. We shouldn't ask the Lord, please steal my heart, it's already dirty. We pray to the Lord that, oh Lord, please make my heart soft, white and sweet, and please steal it. It's all yours. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.